Good morning, everyone. My name is Mary Blackmon, and I am with Lisa Goff, and we are covering A Future of Failure, the flow of technology talent into government and civil society. This was a report that was funded by the Ford Foundation and the MacArthur Foundation. They asked Friedman Consulting LLC to do this report in 2014 after a discovery of the NSA having this massive telecom surveillance program and all the newest technology. And after the 2012 election of Obama, when there was a realization that all the tech support as part of his campaign, as soon as they finished the campaign, they realized there was more money and more possibility in the private sector, so they left the public sector. So the purpose of the study was to investigate the health of the talent pipeline that encourages individuals who are in technology to work in related disciplines in the public sector and with civil society. The goal was to analyze the health of the pipeline and to determine what we could do to make it better. Some of the activities that the researchers did, first they identified people in the community, in the tech community, the policymakers, civic leaders, scholars, etc., and they did anonymous interviews so that they could collect qualitative data to code and to determine the major themes as to why there was such a gap in the pipeline. So they found that a lot of the issues dealt with interest cultivation and skill building and the opportunities for growth for these experts in the field. So when they did this study, first they identified who they were talking about, such as computer scientists, engineers, etc., data scientists, and designers. And they found 3 reasons for the need for technical talent in the government and civil society, mostly being to improve the effectiveness of these organizations and to enhance their effectiveness. And so some of the results that came from this were, it ended up being about the culture, the aspirations of those in the field, and are they exposed to this information.
Hey, the conclusions that we found through this, the challenges, and there were quite a few, was funding was one of the biggest. Compensation, research funding, the money needed for innovation of the newest technology, career path, lack of knowledge of opportunities in the government and civil society. This really limited the career development that they were able to provide. Perceptions within coast to coast in the public sector. Classification, the public sector lacked clearly defined roles for technical experts. Institutional culture and constraints. Public sector discouraged recruitment for innovation, and this really hurt the pipeline that they were creating. And then the inability to innovate, the lack of opportunity research was one of the other major challenges with the pipeline. Is it solvable or sustainable? Yes, but it would need things like interdisciplinary training to remove those boundaries that they were finding, improved exposure to the public sector to help recruit more people to really enhance the pipeline, and then develop partnerships through academic institutions and public sector, those internships and fellowships and collaboration between different institutions, a culture shift, and then things like developing capacity, really enhancing the leadership to help support the vision that they were really looking for, and then also investing in the plan and really creating the spaces and finding those pieces that they can help to build and bring in those partnerships for investing in more money. Some of the lessons learned, there was too few in the sector with tech skills and expertise, and this was creating the pipeline to kind of run off. And then the technologists being underutilized, a big organizational gap in the organizations for creating and developing their own codes. Skills were not aligning to the needs that they really needed. Efforts to identify and recruit talent was inconsistent. Also, there was siloing within the universities, which created a lack of integrated and coordination of technology and policy programs. And then for sustainability, things that were needed to help with this would be continued investments, really helping to find those partnerships to bring in the money, and also a creation of professional value, skills, and educational standards. And then the biggest thing was going to create an incentive structure to help pay people to want to come and really enhance that pipeline that they're trying to build. But that would require a major reform of policy and of budget. And that is our presentation of our grant. Thank you.